Hi, we're Dan and Mary Buckley here with our dog, Fritz McGee. We just retired, bought a camper, and now we're on a great adventure to see our wonderful country.
We have finally made it to Alberta. We're almost there and can't wait. Upon entering the Banff area, you are quickly introduced to the majestic mountain peaks of the Northern Rockies. So this is our current setup for the first few days we're here. Typical setup here on this tunnel mountain. Everything's pull through. Got us a nice little view here from our spot. Nice little Shasta camper there. People haven't been around, but pretty cute little camper. And that's what it looks like. It's just a big road. A lot of people pulled over. That's what we're doing. Just here, pulled off this side, do a little bit of camping. We will be here 3 days. And then after 3 days, we move across the street to right there. Matter of fact, where this guy's at. We'll move across the street here and be here for another 3 days. One thing I've noticed here, I think 75% of the campers, because they're all Class C's for the most part, I would say at least 75% of all the campers here are all rentals. Just about everybody here has got a rental camper. Not too many people. It doesn't look like too many people pull in who own a camper. Upon waking up the next morning, we were introduced with this gorgeous, picturesque view of the mountain range. We went downtown to check out the city of Banff. Banff is very similar to an alpine town. Go down there, there's lots of shops, lots of people walking, narrow streets and no parking. They do have a very efficient public transportation system, so having a car is really not necessary. One thing that we both noticed is that the town is not very handicap accessible. Moving around on the streets it was okay, but if you ever wanted to go into one of the stores, there was always steps, never a ramp. The poutine is a staple item in Canada. We passed by this poutine shop, so we stopped and ordered some up. We took a drive up Mount Norquay. There's a little place there. It's got an overlooking the city of Banff. It's a great place to go to get a bird's eye view of the valley there in Banff and the mountain peaks around. So we got here early. The handicap area is completely empty except for us. So that was nice.
Got the very first spot.
Yep. So we're going to go in. Lake Louise can be very crowded and sometimes even hard to get into. When you come out here, you really need to take time to schedule when to come out. You could take their shuttle system, which is convenient, but if you get there early enough, you'll get a parking spot. Right on the banks of Lake Louise is the Fairmont Chateau. We went inside and this was an absolutely gorgeous place inside, which I think accurately reflects the beauty of Lake Louise. Lake Louise is such a beautiful area, it's hard to take your eyes off of it. It's almost mesmerizing. Of course, at the same time, you get caught taking picture after picture after picture. You just simply can't seem to get enough. Well, getting ready to take a little hike up Johnson Canyon. There's a couple falls up here. There is the lower falls and there's the upper falls. Lower is not too far up, half-mile. Upper falls about 1.5 miles. And we'll get up and see both of them, see what they look like. Getting started on the Johnson Canyon Falls hike here. Heading up to the lower falls right now. Should be there in no time flat. It's only about a half-mile. Time to head up to the upper falls. This is the headwater of the lower falls too. When they say upper falls, they're not kidding. There's a little bit elevation here. Well, this is the falls. Oh, a lot of water. A lot of water on me too. Still got some ice up there. That mist coming off of here is cold. Well, just finished the upper falls, Johnson Canyon. Beautiful, gorgeous, magnificent. Rewarded with a little shower at the end to cool you off. And now I'm heading back to the car. Be glad to get back. Well, I'm heading down, take a little hike. It's called Tunnel Summit Mountain. It's not too far from here, just a little bit down from the campsite. I'm going to go down there.
At the next stop,
not much,
turn left onto Tunnel Mountain Drive.
Yeah, maybe a couple miles. Some good elevation. Should be able to get some good viewpoints. So we'll get down there and get started and see what we got. Got a parking spot. That's good. So here a little bit early. So we'll get it started. Looks like we got some early elevation at the beginning of the hike. Got the old cardio going pretty quick. Only a couple minutes in. High elevation really quick. But initially here we got a nice little view over Banff, some of the mountains. It's a pretty flat, smooth surface. A few rocks back down the hill a little bit. So it looks like parts of this hiking, which we won't be on, is closed off because of wildlife. Well, I had to shed the old sweatshirt. It was getting to be a little bit too much, even though it's cool. Burned a lot of energy on this one. Well, I think I sucked up about half the mountain air now. There's another nice looking view overlooking Banff. Down below where we were a little while ago. We're on the other side of the hill, getting to see the, I guess you'd call the east side. And there's Mount Rundle. That's the same mount we see from our camper. And but a nice open view plain there, down there. Mountains surrounding the whole area. Sun coming up. Nice view. So over here there's a rock face, as you can see, pretty vertical there. There's also one off to my right, which you can't see where I'm standing. But people do climb these rocks. There was a sign just a few feet back letting people know not to throw rocks off the edge, because people do climb up this. So there's another one of them signs about throwing rock. Here's a much better view of this east side and Mount Rundle. Get a little better picture of it. Not so crowded by the trees. But get some good views up here. Starting to get pretty close to the top here. I take a little breather, catch my breath, and let my legs recoup. Look at another viewpoint here, just a few feet from where I was just at. Yeah. Walk going down is going to be so nice. Well, here are the Canadian red chairs, which they put these out at places where they're supposed to be the best view. Yes, this is a nice view. So just around the bend here, we'll get to the highest point. Okay, little sign here congratulating me that I have made it to the summit of mountain in Canadian Rockies. Tunnel Mountain stands at elevation of 1,600, no, really? 1,600? Yeah, 1,692 meters. Didn't think it was that far up. I guess so. Oh, check my altitude app. Yep, 5,576 feet. A little over a mile. So I'm officially standing at the peak of all this, the highest point. It's on this rock pile. Very highest point is 51 degrees right here. Feels good. Okay, it's time to head down. Okay, so we're basically at the end. A couple more steps, it'll be all done. We'll take a look at the stats here a little bit, see how long it took me as soon as we get down there. One thing about this hike is there's not a whole lot of parking over here. A lot of people do park alongside the road, but as far as actual parking lot, there are maybe 7-8 spots there. Okay, here's the stats. Got 2.4 mile, not very far. Hour 20 minutes and 722 feet of elevation. This is going to get me prepped for my next big hike, which is a lot of elevation. Okay, a little more color still.
Well, it's kind of a bland color, but
yeah, but it's color. So this is Two Jack Lake, beautiful area. Unfortunately, they would not let us into the campground area, which is a very highly desirable campground area to get into. I tried to get into it. By the time I was able to get through the queue and have the opportunity to make a reservation for this area, it was already booked up for the entire year, every site. That was like within the first 20 minutes of opening, I've been able to make reservations. Everything was booked. But the campground is a little bit on the other side of that ridge over there. And there's some nice campsites right on the lake. So there's the beach area. A lot of people out there having a good time. So we're on the other side of the ridge, looking at the lake. The campsites are just around that point over there, right up against the lake. But it's a gorgeous lake. You go out here, go boating, paddle boating, so forth. Like I say, the campground here, highly desirable, fills up almost immediately. Canada has the where they open up the campground reservations. The entire year gets opened up in one day, and within just a few minutes, at least this Two Jack campground it's filled up for the entire year. It kind of sucks, but
Hey, baby.
Turn right onto Tunnel Mountain Campground.
oh, so I'm going to take another little hike. This is only about a half mile up, but you have to climb up a little bit. It's called Cascade Falls, and so really you have to climb up quite a bit to get up to the falls, or the foot of the falls, and we'll see what's up there. Should be pretty good falls. It's kind of early in the year. Should have a lot of waterfall coming down, but we'll see what we can find once we get up there. Right there's the falls. That's where we're headed. Maybe not up top, but down below in the bottom part of it. Well, guess what I forgot? I forgot the bear spray again. Well, there's been a few other people up and down here. We'll take our chances. Well, description of the hike, it was accurate. It's short and it's steep. This is the right here, the second sign of avalanche warning. But yeah, it's not a far walk. Man, this is steep. Well, almost there. Not quite. The legs are burning. Well, made it to the base. This is pretty cool here. We got a small glacier with a tunnel running through it. Streams that are running down underneath this glacier on downhill. Well, this is the lower part. I'm at the top of the lower part of these falls. And supposedly, up there somewhere, you can climb up there, and there's an area where all this water kind of pools together before it eventually comes on down here. And you can go up there and go swimming. I have decided not to do that. One, I think the water is pretty cold this early in the year. Secondly, would I just climb this steep enough? I know my limitations, and right here it is. They call this Cascade Falls because it comes down and kind of cascades out into a couple different streams. But that glacier down there is pretty cool. Well, this was quick. Not easy, but it was quick. It's time to head down. Here's a quick view of the lower part of the falls here. There's Mount Rundle over there. We're camped just across from it. Probably should have brought my hiking poles to negotiate this downhill climb, mainly because of all the rocks. So I'm having to do some baby steps. We're almost home free. At least we're on flat ground and I can rest a minute. Well, huh?
Yum yum.
Yep, today we got Brussels sprouts, fried potatoes, and some garlic chicken. Looks good. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
And it's time to eat.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Today is a very nasty, wet. It's been raining all day. It's about 40 degrees if I'm lucky out here. I don't even know if it's 40 degrees out.
You need your bear spray?
No, I don't need bear spray. Just going to the laundromat.
Oh my gosh, look at all the mud out there. My chair's all wet.
You can see it's been wet all day. All it's been doing is raining. It's cold. It's nasty. Water everywhere. Good day to get out and just do some laundry. Don't have anything else better to do except hang out in the camper. I'll let Mary hang out in the camper. I'm gonna go do this. Oh joy, oh fun it's gonna be. So I'm gonna head out.
Video mode.
I'm gonna go to the town next to Banff here.
Wi-Fi is on.
Yeah. There's a laundromat here at Banff. It's right downtown, and there's no parking downtown. So I'm gonna go to a place called Canmore. Interesting name of the town. Town called Canmore. They got a nice little laundromat there. A lot of good parking, so I can get out. But down at Banff, it's kind of like a little alpine city. There's no parking down there, and it's a real pain. You can walk around, but driving around is pretty hard. But we're gonna get this done. Hey, so this is the hike that I took up yesterday. It's been raining all night and raining all day. And you can see the amount of water that's coming off that hill now. It'd be kind of interesting to go up there now. That'd be a lot of water flowing off that hill. Be quite a sight. Yeah, come out here and take old Fritzy so he can potty. Time to take off, get out of here, moving north. It's done nothing but rain for 3 days here straight. Raining now, and it's going to be a long drive. A lot of fog, lots of fog. So as you can kind of see here, everything's a rental up here. You got 2 at the dump, 2 waiting. Of course, I'm waiting behind everybody, and they're all rentals in front of us. Every one of them.
Cruise Canada, Canada Dream, and
if we can,
the other one?
Hopefully we can find one of these guys doing some good dumping here like we did the other day. Get a good video of it. It's hilarious.
Oh, your little girl sucking on the...
Yeah, it's hilarious to watch these people. Some of them know what they're doing, but for the most part, I don't think they've ever been in camper before. I think, of course, I think that's the fault of the people renting it to them. They're probably not giving them a good rundown of what to do, how to do it, and everything else. But it's fun to watch. So I think we're going to wrap this one up, this episode, spending time in Banff. That was our first big place that we wanted to check out and visit. And it didn't disappoint, that was for sure. Lots to do in Banff. Lots of hikes. Was able to take a couple hikes. Go up and see Lake Louise. That was awesome, going up there to see that. But just the general mountainous terrain, the area of Banff, the little city, sort of an alpine city in Banff, gorgeous. It's a must-do on anybody's bucket list.
I think the best part is where we parked at the campground. It was right up front, and so we had this spectacular view of the mountains that were undisturbed. Nobody in front of them, but the first 3 days we had sun, and we went to town in Banff, and then we went to Lake Louise and got some stuff done those first 3 days, and then it started raining.
It was cold.
Yeah,
Woo,
very,
man.
very cold. So the next 3 days we kind of hunkered down, but the view was still there, and it was enjoyable just sitting there, watching the view.
Yeah, I've never seen it rain so long and
So
not
hard,
stop.
yeah.
Not stop. And being so cold, that was nasty. Getting out there, and actually had to set up in the rain, get all hooked up and get ready to go in the rain again, like the spare tires I had to do. But that's all part of it. Yeah, I got to get used to it. That's not going to be the last time. Anyway, we're going to sign off on this Banff part of it. We're heading north. Of course, anybody knows north of Banff where we're going, but we'll talk about that later on the next episode. But for now, just get out
And get going.